days, I think I'm forgetting how to vlog. Yeah, I think I am. I'm in front of this camera, and I'm looking at you, and I'm wondering, how am I going to talk about the revelation that was given to me today? I guess I'll just have to go out and talk about it. I was on the treadmill around lunchtime, a bit before lunch. And as I was running, I had the movie Jonathan Livingston's Seagull. I like that movie. I should say I like the book. I'd never actually seen the movie. Seen the book, of course, the Neil Diamond album. And those of you who know the story in a nutshell, I mean, it's a seagull. He doesn't basically want to be a seagull like a seagull. I mean, he goes on to further learnings, doesn't want to conform to his seagull world, and wants to fly higher, wants to fly differently, wants to be different, and finally gets shunned. But there's something very spiritual, and some would say very new age, in this film. And the thing is that Jonathan goes further. He goes further, he reaches into himself and accomplishes his dream. Made me think about a lot of things. So many things that were interwoven. Maybe that's why it becomes difficult at one point to vlog and to bring all these things together. When I talked about my revelation, well, at one point there was music, and I was like, basically, I was going to a meditative prayer state as I was running. Maybe I was just dying of oxygen, lack of oxygen or whatever. But I think, let's say, I'd like to say I was praying. And I clearly got a voice that spoke to me. Yeah, sometimes I hear voices. But that voice was as clear as yours could be. And it was saying, you're born for a purpose in life. And I thought, like, well, what is that purpose? And the voice just told me, basically, it's coming, you'll find out. In other words, it'll be revealed. And a lot of revelations come gradually. I don't believe in chance. If I'm talking in front of you, if I'm meeting you, if I've met Mrs. DC, if I've met other people, it's not by chance. We were meant to meet. We were meant to interact. Is that part of the revelation? I think it is. Because it molds character. It molds the person, the way you interact. It forces you to take decisions, and so on. Yeah. No, I don't think it's by chance. I was listening to Billy, Irene, so Tweetness, Oopspa, Haiti, on their vids about beauty and soul. And I was very touched, because in every case there'd been a misperception, a misconception on one part or the other about what is the beauty of a person. And we're not always talking about the inner beauty, the physical beauty. It comes together, of course, but I saw a few examples which, I mean, I couldn't believe, like the medical doctor that was saying to Irene, how could they, basically he was telling her that she was ugly. And I thought, like, come on, guy, open your eyes. Or Billy thinking that, he's that way. No. Or Katie, it was funny because Katie was like in love with someone and found him beautiful, and somebody else said, well, ugh. And it's just so interesting, isn't it? I mean, that when you love the soul of someone, you love the person. You do, don't you? When you love the soul of someone, their whole person becomes beautiful in your eyes. And that's all that matters, isn't it? Yeah. So how does that fit in with Revelation? Revelation I was talking about. Well, I think that one of the things it does is that if I go back to my person now, 50-year-old man, over 50, I'll be 54 this year, looking for a position and having to learn what it's like being unemployed, having to grasp what it is to be in a position of weakness, of vulnerability. It's something that can make a person feel ugly inside. And that's when it's necessary, I've talked about this before, to learn to love yourself. To learn to know yourself. Because if you learn to love yourself and know yourself, you're going to love that soul of yours. And you're going to become beautiful. Okay, you might answer, well, maybe I'm not beautiful. You know, I know what you mean. I mean, sometimes there's some traits in our personality that aren't very beautiful. But I think that's one of the whole thing, is that when you're put into situations where you've got to look at yourself face to face in the mirror, you find things about yourself. Now back to the purpose. I think as well is that a lot of us have met each other or met people's similar characters or qualities, for example here on YouTube, which help us. I mean, we don't need to go so far if we need to have help groups. Okay, I've been blessed with family. I've been blessed with family members with which I can talk. But I've also been blessed with friends here and friends on YouTube, with which I can talk, with which I can partake my joys, my doubts. It's part of the revelation. What is the purpose that I have in life? It's ongoing, it's moving on. And I'm looking forward to see what's forward, what's coming up. Is my vlog getting anywhere? You know, I don't know. I came on here, I wanted to talk to you about a revelation that I had. And I do feel that I had a revelation. But it seems a self-evident one, doesn't it? That we all have a purpose in life. I think maybe the message I'm bringing is that wait for it. It'll come. It'll come, and while you're waiting, enjoy the time that you have with the people here. Enjoy knowing that something's coming up for you. Yeah, I still think it's that. I know I'll be getting challenged, I guess, on some of the assumptions here, but I guess it's part of my Christian faith, I guess. Maybe I'm not perfect, you all know that. But it's to not worry out of order. To try and be calm. And at the same time, as I've said in many vids, enjoy, have fun. As you've seen in many of my vids lately. And I bet I'm coming up to... Yes, I am. 9 minutes. You see, it's part of my purpose in life to bring you 10-minute vids. Okay. Real philosophy, which will bore you, put you to sleep. So listen to it just before you go to bed, and you'll be able to nod off. But while I'm hurrying up to close it off, I just want to say thank you to so many of my soulmates out there. Mrs. DC's at work, she's my main soulmate. But I've got quite a few of you guys out there that are real soulmates. Some very particular soulmates. So DC's going to sign off. Take care.
Dear Father, we dream, we